The moment you show everything, people start consuming you. Rather than understanding you, the honest feelings you share, believing you are being sincere, become a manual for someone on how to deal with you. The wounds you reveal as difficult may become the exact spot for someone to strike next. The moment you talk about an unfinished plan, people start evaluating you, rather than cheering you on. And what's even scarier is that they don't approach you with a malicious face from the beginning. At first, they pretend to be concerned. At first, they pretend to be interested. At first, they pretend to be on your side. But as time goes by, the words you put out become not a shield that protects you, but a label that confines you. That person has a weak mentality. They will reveal everything with just a little push. They can't hold onto their own things until the end. And they are someone who shows everything. Once a person like this is understood, it becomes easier to deal with them in relationships. And an easy person is initially seen as a grateful person. But over time, they are treated as someone who is taken for granted. In the past, we learned that emotions can become information for the other person. An angry face, a shaky tone, and a hasty explanation, all of these reveal the buttons that can manipulate me to the other person. But emotions are not the only information. My wounds are also information. My plan is also information. My ability is also information. My true feelings are also information. And the moment everything is revealed too quickly, your inner self begins to fall into the hands of others. Welcome to the Mind Library, the one and only life bookstore that fills your unconscious. Today's chapter is the second wisdom to avoid being crushed by others. Why do people who show everything get consumed quickly? If the first door was about controlling emotions, the second door is about controlling self-exposure. Someone who reveals too quickly who they are, what they want, where they are weak, what they can do, what they fear, and who they want. Recognition from is not trusted, but rather assessed.
파악됩니다.
And the identified person is easily consumed. The moment people feel they know everything, they stop being cautious. We show courtesy to those who have figured everything out. I make requests to someone I can predict without hesitation. I ask for favors again from someone who always helps me. I pry again into someone I can always confide in. Those who cannot assert their own will always have it taken away from them. Today's wisdom is not just a simple advice to speak less. It is a survival skill to not leave the door of my heart open to just anyone. There is an office worker. She is a diligent person. She cannot just pass off work carelessly. I look for materials in advance, without anyone asking me to. I fill in the blanks of the report. I even run simulations by myself before the meeting. I want to get along well with others. I smile first, because I dislike awkward atmospheres. I help out even when my colleague is busy, even though my own work is piling up. Even if my boss suddenly asks for the materials, I can't really show a displeased expression. This person is not a bad person. On the contrary, they are a good person. The problem is that they reveal all their cards too quickly, just because they are a good person. It's the meeting room on Monday morning. The fluorescent lights are cold, and the air in the meeting room is mixed with the smell of coffee and fatigue. The team leader says, "Let's freely share our ideas for this new project. Don't feel pressured, just speak comfortably." That remark opened up Deputy Park Min-soo's heart. In fact, Deputy Park thought about this work even on the weekend. He searched for materials on Saturday night, and skimmed through related articles and reports on Sunday evening. It wasn't something I was told to do. I just wanted to do well. I wanted to be recognized. This time, I wanted to show that I am someone who can help the team. So I started to speak. I did a little research, and it seems that going in this direction will save time compared to the existing method. I have organized this material separately. It's not finished yet, but I think this kind of expansion is possible. The atmosphere is good at first. The team leader nods. A colleague says, "Oh, that's fine." Another colleague quickly jots something down while looking at the laptop. He feels a sense of relief inside. "Ah, I'm glad I said that. You recognize what I've prepared this time. It might be a bit different." But at that moment, he doesn't know. It will be a few days later that he realizes he hasn't shared an idea, but rather has laid out a map that hasn't been marked by its owner. In the middle of the conference room, the team leader is calling another meeting. At that moment, the senior who was quiet during the last meeting brings up a neatly organized report. There is also a cover page. There is also a table of contents. There is also a schedule for execution. And within it, there is almost exactly what he mentioned as the key idea on Monday morning. The senior speaks as if nothing is wrong. "I have Jung Lee ed the direction that came up during the last meeting a bit more. In my opinion, this seems to be the most realistic option." At that moment, Deputy Park's fingertips grow cold. My eyes are looking at the report, but my mind goes blank. That's what I said, and I was the one who looked up that data first. And I was the one who thought about that direction over the weekend. But no words come out. The team leader speaks while looking at the senior. "That's nice. Let's take it in this direction once." Other colleagues are quiet. No one is speaking. Wasn't that something Deputy Park mentioned last time? No one says this one word. Some people avoid eye contact. Some people only look at the monitor. Some people take a sip of coffee. As if nothing happened. Mr. Park slightly parts his lips. That part. But I can't continue my words. I think I would be the one to ruin the mood if I say something now. I think I would be a sensitive person. I think I would be a petty person who complains about having the ball taken away. So in the end, I just nod my head. Yes, that sounds good. The meeting ends, leaving only the sound of chairs being pushed in the conference room. People are leaving one by one, and he is momentarily paused, staring at the laptop screen. Isn't it really pathetic and cruel? You are the one who struggled all night. but someone else will be the one to officially wrap things up. The person I initially thought of was you, but the one remembered by the team leader will be someone else. The truth was on your side, but the atmosphere was not. It is at this point that we must draw out the blade of old wisdom. There was someone who saw through this scene 400 years ago. It was the Spanish thinker, Baltasar Gracián. He did not view human relationships solely as romantic. He viewed human relationships as issues of power, information and distance, reputation and silence.
침묵의 문제로 보았습니다.
Gracián seems to be saying this about the situation. A person who shows everything is not a deep person, but becomes someone who is consumed. If we translate his wisdom into today's language, it goes like this. The moment ability is fully displayed, it is recognized and simultaneously consumed. A person who shows their skills until the very end becomes someone who is understood, not someone who is respected. If you show what you can do too quickly, people will take that ability for granted, rather than being grateful. If you reveal how far you can go too soon, people will think of you even before they make a request. If you show how much you want to be recognized too quickly, people will try to motivate you with just a word of praise. This does not mean to hide your abilities. It also does not mean to live cowardly. It simply means not to let anyone freely access my depth. You are not an exhibit. You are not a thin pamphlet. You are a book that should be read slowly. You must be someone who deepens with each page turned. So what should we do in reality? First, do not speak your ideas carelessly. Do not express all the thoughts that come to mind in the meeting. Room words scatter into the air, but records remain with their owner. Leave important thoughts in a brief document. Organize it via email. Please leave it on the messenger. Please say it like this, based on the draft I reviewed. This direction seems realistic. I will organize the detailed information and share it via email. Since this is still in the draft stage, I will only mention the areas that can be confirmed for now. This one sentence leaves a mark of ownership on your idea. Second, do not disclose your feelings when they arise. Instead, keep them to yourself. Words spoken in the moment of heightened emotion often do not protect me. What I say at that moment is more likely to reveal my weaknesses than to rally support. If there is something difficult, let it sit for a day. If it's something you need to say the next day, say it then. Someone is asking, is there something going on these days? You can say, please don't reveal everything at that time. I have a few things to organize. I'm fine for now. Someone is asking more questions. What is it? Tell me. At that time between us, please say it like this. I will let you know as soon as it's organized. For now, I will handle it quietly. This statement is not cold. It's not rude. It's just a way of saying to open your heart. Thirdly, nurture your plans quietly until you see some results. Dreams that have not yet taken root easily waver in front of too many words. Career changes, studying, investing, starting a business, exercising, self-development resolutions that have not yet taken root. Find it hard to withstand people's evaluations.
아직 뿌리내리지 못한 결심은 사람들의 평가를 견디기 어렵습니다.
Do you think that will work? You stopped halfway last time too. Isn't it late for you these days? These words do not necessarily mean that they are wrong. However, an early evaluation can be toxic. For a resolution that has not yet grown, your resolution should be quiet at first. You must repeat quietly, build quietly, and prove quietly. And when the results start to speak, that's when you can say it briefly. I just kept at it consistently. This one phrase is more powerful than a long explanation, because the sense of mystery does not come from exaggerated silence, but from restraint that leads to results. This time, let's go to a more familiar scene. This is a company group chat or a friend's group chat. It's past 11 p.m. The room is dark, and only the phone screen illuminates my face. At first, it was a light conversation. Today was really tough. The team leader has started again. The atmosphere at the company has been really bad lately. You should say something that fits the mood. I've been having a hard time lately, too. And then someone asks, why? Is something wrong? Another person says, you've been looking a bit off lately. And that makes my heart waver. Honestly, I hope someone would recognize me. Honestly, I'm tired of pretending to be okay. So you write a little more. Honestly, I've been thinking about quitting my job lately. And the number of reads will decrease shortly. One person is watching. 2 people are watching. 3 people are watching. However, the answer doesn't come right away. That brief silence feels strangely long. You read the sentence you already sent again. Did I say too much? Did I send it for no reason? But at that moment, someone replies, oh dear, it seems like you're having a tough time. What's going on? Just tell me, we can talk about it here. And I will be open to what you say. You write a reply. The things I heard from my boss. The disappointment I felt from my colleagues. Problems at home. The reasons my confidence has dropped lately. And stories about my health. I write, erase, rewrite. Soften my words, and add more explanations. That night, you feel relieved. Still, it's better to talk about it. I do have someone on my side. But the problem is that the conversation doesn't end that night. The words you sent do not disappear. They remain in the other person's memory. The next morning, someone awkwardly smiles and says in the company break room, you looked really tired yesterday. Are you okay? It sounds like you're worried. But there are other people around. With that one word, it feels like last night's conversation has leaked into the office atmosphere. A new task will be assigned in the morning meeting. Someone says it as a joke. Can I leave this to Deputy Park? I heard the mental state has been tough lately. And a brief smile spreads in the meeting room. The team leader brushes it off with a smile. But the tone subtly changes. Don't overdo it. Just do what you can. That phrase sounds considerate, but strangely it makes me feel down. Because within that statement, there is a subtle implication that you see me as a weak person. You feel wronged. I wanted comfort last night. I didn't say that to provoke an attack. I didn't say that to be seen as a weak person. But strangely, the one who confessed is you. And the one who is at a disadvantage is also you. Isn't that really cruel? You are the one who has shared your wounds. And you also become the one who has to manage those wounds. You just wanted comfort, but at some point, people start to categorize you as someone to be cautious of, an unstable person, or someone who is easily shaken. Gracian's wisdom comes through coldly here as well. Honesty is a virtue. However, showing everything to anyone is giving up self-defense. Emotions are signals within me, but they become information in front of others. If your pain is revealed, the other person gains a position to shake you. If your fears are exposed, the other person gets a button to quietly pressure you. If your deepest desires are uncovered, the other person can use them as bait to manipulate you. So it doesn't mean not to speak. It means not to speak to just anyone. It doesn't mean not to trust people. It means to distinguish between people. A kind person and a trustworthy person are different. A good listener and a person who keeps secrets are different. There is a difference between someone who worries about you and someone who stands by your side. If you don't understand that difference, your confession will become data rather than comfort. I reflect on today's wisdom and engrave it in my heart once again. Last time, we learned about controlling our emotions. A person who does not make decisions when angry is the first door that prevents a person from breaking down. And today, we opened the second door. The moment you expose everything about yourself, your value may decrease. The moment you reveal all your inner thoughts, you may not be understood but rather assessed. The moment you disclose all your plans, you may not be supported, but rather evaluated. So from now on, please speak a little later. Please explain a little less. Take a deeper breath. It doesn't mean to close your heart. On the contrary, it means to protect your truly precious heart from being harmed by anyone. It was not that you appeared weak to others. It was not that you were foolish and got hurt. You were simply kind. I wanted to trust people. I thought being honest would work. I believed that if I showed my sincerity, the other person would treat me sincerely as well. That faith is beautiful. But now you must clothe that faith with the armor of wisdom. Maintain goodness, but regulate exposure. Keep your sincerity, but choose your targets carefully. Develop your abilities, but don't show everything at once. A house without doors may appear warm, but you can't stay safe for long. There must be a door in your heart as well, a door that prevents just anyone from pushing in, a door that can only be opened for those who need it, a door that I can quietly keep closed to protect myself. Silence is not a weakness. Silence is not a place where the broken run away. Silence is a dignity chosen by those who protect me. Next time, we will move on to the issue of words. A person who does not show everything must now speak differently. Why does a person seem smaller the more they talk? Why does the explanation, given out of frustration, end up diminishing my value? Why do words intended to make oneself appear greater actually make a person seem lighter? If I have controlled my emotions and my exposure, now I must control the weight of my words. In the next chapter, I will reveal another cold wisdom from Gracián. And now, please don't just listen and end it. The human brain processes what it sees with the eyes and what it writes by hand differently. The sentences seen by the eyes pass by as information. However, sentences typed by hand leave traces of actions. If you turn off this video today and do nothing, tomorrow morning, you might find yourself in the same situation again. When someone asks you kindly, you might end up revealing everything. When someone approaches as if they are interested, I can also reveal my wounds too quickly. When someone asks about my plans, I can also put my dreams, which have not yet taken root, on display for evaluation. This is today's declaration. I don't show everything about myself to just anyone. Please write this sentence directly in the comment box. This is an unconscious contract that I will not open the door of my heart to just anyone. This is a quiet declaration that I will not let my weaknesses, plans, and wounds be carelessly consumed. I do not show everything about myself to just anyone. I will not be someone who is easily read, but rather someone who is deeply understood. I am kind, but not naive. I am warm, but not easy to deal with. I know when to speak and when to be silent. This is the second wisdom that the blade of ancient wisdom leaves us today. This is a sentence for today. A mature person is not someone who hides themselves, but someone who does not waste themselves. Please continue to follow this journey. The Mind Library will continue to open the way for good people to not be used by the world, to not be broken by rude individuals, and to ultimately grow into dignified individuals. The next page of the book of your life will surely shine more elegantly and powerfully. This is a Mind Library.